Welcome, friends, to the garden here on a beautiful April day. We wanted to try something new and do a little garden tour here with me, Farmer Caleb, and Farmer Doug, a couple of our team members here. And yeah, we thought it would just be nice to walk around the garden a little bit and talk about a few of the things. There's so many things we could talk for hours, but we'll try and keep it brief, share what we're inspired about, what's happening in the garden right now, and give you a sense of what's going on here in the middle of April. So yeah, just coming right up here. We're at the northwest corner of the garden. Wanted to show you this bed coming in here real quick. Something interesting that's going on that we just did today is, I'll just show you the plants. Don't know how you can see that. Anyways, we got transplanted some tomatoes in here into a bed that's got on one side lettuce and on the other side green onions a little further down. And that's just an example of some experimenting that we're doing around what could be called polyculture or multi-cropping as a way to create greater diversity in the beds, the soil life, create more resilience, and make efficient use of the garden space. So just a fun example and a tasty example down the road when these tomatoes start producing and we've gotten to harvest the lettuce and the green onions from this bed. So one little fun experiment there, and wanted to walk over here to see with Doug a whole nother element of what's going on.
Yeah, I just wanted to also say, I mean, this polyculture idea gives us a chance to grow the most food possible in the smallest space to get, sort of like an ecosystem effect of using less space. And you'll see some crops that were overwintered here that are flowering, and most people just pull those out this time of year because they're in the way, but we actually do a lot of seed saving here. So, and right behind me is a very exciting little project here, the one with the yellow flowers is, well, we don't even know what it is. It was in a seed mix that we got of a cover crop, but it's turning out to be very promising winter green. And so I'm going to save seeds of it, and maybe someday I'll find out exactly what it is, but that's not as important as just capturing the genetics and being able to grow it, because it's like what we call our Asian collards. It has a lot of the same usefulness, and it's very productive. So we're excited about that. And then over there is some arugula, which those of you who have been with us for a while, have been eating for a long, long time. And that one is a very prolific producer of seeds, and so we'll probably be saving seeds from that. But even if we don't, the other benefit is that the pollinators out here are just going wild over some of these crops. This is their big time of year, and we're feeding them. We grow lots. I mean, the whole idea of seed saving has this whole extra huge benefit of feeding all these pollinators, and then they do all kinds of other services for us. Besides pollinating the crops, some of them are predators. Some of them are just getting a little breakfast here, and then their lunch and dinner are eating aphids and other critters that are pests for us. So we're excited about it. We're going to have all kinds of flowering plants out here all season long to emphasize feeding diverse insect life out here. So, and actually right next to us here is another exciting crop. You can probably figure out what this is. These are coming on strong. We've got 3 big beds of these strawberries growing. You can see this huge jungle of strawberries, and we are going to have a lot of strawberries here very soon. And as the weather warms up, they get sweeter and sweeter.
But one more word about the seed saving. Just to me, it was a huge draw and a unique element of what's going on here on this farm in particular. You sort of touched on it, that it's kind of inconvenient. It's not part of, if you're looking at things purely from an economical standpoint, it's much more effective just to buy your seeds. But it really points at what we're trying to do here, and as we see, intensive droughts coming in the West is forecast to be the driest year, the worst drought in the West in 12,000 years. maybe it's 1200, but long time, and where a lot of our seed is grown. And so just
And we're getting a lot more extremes even here. And so by adapting these varieties, by growing a lot of our own seed crops here, we're building resilience into our genetics and using our own seeds. In the future, that's going to help us get through. We're going to have some droughts. We're going to have some very high heat waves. We're going to have wind like crazy. So like the corn that we grow, we're going to be selecting for corn that stands up against the wind, for example. Select for insect resistance because with climate change, we're likely to get heavier duty pest outbreaks, and so we can select for crops that the individual plants within a crop that are most resistant to a particular pest or disease.
Yeah, and there's so much, seed saving is a big part of what we're hoping to share here, and we hope we'll be able to invite you into a lot of that journey with us. And just to give a little flavor more of the overview of what we're doing at this time in the garden, is all of our spring stuff, of course, is in. We're now getting the bounty, the harvest, and we're really starting to lean full swing into planting our summer crops and getting them started in flats as we potentially have passed the last frost. You never know, and there's 35 degree in the forecast the coming week. But we can feel summer coming towards us, so we begin to prepare for that. We have our tomatoes going in. We're going to start a second succession of tomatoes soon. We've started some cucumbers are in the ground. We've started our second succession of those. Starting summer squash. So all those summer crops are getting started now, which is an exciting moment to. I was looking at the seed packets for the melons and could taste that sweetness of summer coming. Maybe in closing now, for the portion of the sharing, as the months continue, we definitely will keep getting to explore together what's going on. And part of the amazing thing about the farming is you get year after year, you get to experience the cycle. So there's so much more that we could and would like to share about what's happening here in the spring. But if you stick with us, there'll be another spring.
And you can see this huge abundance here, and that means we need to recruit some more CSA members, and we're hoping you might be able to help us with that. We have so many crops planted. I mean, what we just saw is a tiny portion of the rest, and you'll see a little glimpse of that. But we've got a lot planted, and we need more customers. It's just down to that. That's where we appreciate you helping us directly by shopping with us and getting fed by us, but you could also help us more by getting some more mouths out there, getting our food in some more mouths.
Yeah, so we appreciate you and hope you enjoy getting to see what's going on in the garden. And we feel like we're building something important here together. So help us spread the word and share this good food with our neighbors. So we'll catch you soon.